crazy. Hey, but that's how it goes.
I need to go to a happier place.
I feel romantic.
Shut up, Ozzy!
Just go to bed, darling.
All right, change the subject.
All right, folks. We're back in the swing. We're going to dive into some kind of current events.
Ooh.
Things that are popping off around the world. Because
Let's do it.
It seems like our lovely fan base is really enjoying us weighing in on a lot of current event things. But I do want to start out about a story which is kind of near to me. Did you see the video that Aree posted on TikTok?
Yes, I did. The blueberries.
Yeah, the blueberry. So
Blueberry.
this is wild, and you have to be very careful. So Aree bought Maple some blueberries. Maple is like a fruit junkie. She's like you. She could just eat fruit all day long. And she loves blueberries. So she ate some, whatever, and you know, left a few in a bowl. And Aree took the bowl and just poured it out into the disposal. And went to turn it on, and there was something like pinging around in the disposal that wasn't mashing up. And so reached her hand in and pulls out a silicone rubber blueberry.
What do you mean a silicone rubber?
Like a rubber fake blueberry.
Like a bead?
Not a bead. It was rubbery.
Oh, yeah.
And it was in the pack of blueberries that Maple was eating.
Did you get it from a farmer's market?
No, got it from Whole Foods. And so Aree posted this video on TikTok and has received like an insane amount of response for it. Like her video went like kind of viral.
Did anybody else experience it?
Yes, there's a very strange phenomenon going around.
Someone was planting them.
Well, no one can figure out why this is happening, but there's...
Is there anything inside these?
I cut it open and it's gel. It's rubbery. It's like a piece, it's like a rubber...
Is it hollow inside?
No, it's solid. And it looks like molded like a blueberry. So in doing some investigation, people are like posting videos of bananas. They're peeling bananas and they're rubber bananas inside of peels. There's celery that's plastic.
It's aliens.
I think it could be worse. So
What do you think?
here's what my consensus is. There's too much demand for the supply, and what these food manufacturers are doing is they're going, wait, if every little thing of blueberries has to have 50 blueberries, what if we just replace one of them? If we do that 50 times, we've now saved an entire box.
No.
What other reason could people be...
It's probably somebody...
Going around supermarkets and putting it in.
I don't think so. Well, because it's not just like it's not like a one-time thing with
The
Aree.
people can actually peel a banana.
Peel a banana, and the banana inside is rubber or silicone.
It's baffling, isn't it?
Kelly's just silent.
I was actually thinking that maybe it's because they're getting soil that was originating from landfills with too much plastic, and the plants are actually growing plastic now.
What you think blueberries are actually coming out plastic?
Have you had it tested for anything?
No.
You should get it tested. You never know. It might be poisonous. It might be something
Might be drugs.
Yeah.
Well, it could be crack. It could be anything.
But there is this phenomenon happening. A friend of mine...
Have you still got it?
Yeah.
Just in California
If
all
I were you,
over?
All over.
I would go and I really would have it tested.
Where do you send it? Like a food testing facility? I don't know.
Cameron,
you're healthy. Where would you do that at?
Probably a lab, yeah.
Like a university lab.
Yeah.
There's a food and drug place,
Well, the FDA, we should call them and be like, why is there plastic blueberries in my blueberry? Can you explain this?
I mean, that's outrageous. That is.
I mean, if Maple, she would have choked on that.
If you peel a banana and it's got the skin on the outside and it's plastic on the inside, that's fucking weird.
Yeah. There's
That's
all these
really
videos.
wacky.
Were there any other fruits?
So many. So many types of fruits. People that are like...
Could somebody be injecting a blueberry, which makes it go hard?
It looked like it was molded. It looked like it was like...
A bead.
But it wasn't hard. It was like squishy. I should have brought it with
but
me.
If it's squishy, it's made out of something.
But it wasn't like... It didn't have any like liquid in it. It was like...
No, but if it's like a gel.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, it could be something poisonous or trippy or something.
And was it all from
Whole
Whole
Foods.
Foods from everybody?
If I were you, I'd get it out, checked out.
Aree went into Whole Foods, went up to them and said, "Hey, can I talk to the manager?" And showed it to them, and they were like, "Wait." They were so confused, and they were like, "Well, are you sure your kid that wasn't like a kid's toy?" And she's like, "No, we don't buy chokeable toys that are food for our
a
kids,
2-year-old
kids to fucking die on." But look, that's what the inside of it looks like. Watch. See how it's like shiny, like rubbery? Yeah. But so anyway, she posted this.
Yeah, and then she got a huge response.
Huge response, and a lot of people were sharing their stories of similar things, and no one knows what the fuck is going on, why it's happening. There's no real news story that's covered this or investigated it, and there's just conspiracy theories at this point. But it's a phenomenon that is happening a lot.
But all the people have got online and said about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something that's dodgy that's going on.
Oh, big time. How many?
It could be anything.
Hey everyone, it's Jack Osbourne, and the Osbournes Podcast is sponsored by Fume. We all have our vices. Mine, or maybe a friend's, seemed okay and manageable until you hang out with the crew, and then there you are, everyone's diving into their bad habits, and you start to feel a little left out. You're having some severe FOMO. Is it the worst thing to ask to borrow something? Well, yes it is. Before you do that, what if I told you there's a cool alternative, something fun you can bring along that helps you ditch the bad habit for good? Fume fills that void ditching a bad habit can leave. And the best part, Fume continuously invests in third-party studies to ensure the safety of their products and is backed by doctors right here in the US of A. I couldn't feel safer. You know, my favorite core right now is this brand new flavor, which is the orange vanilla. It's awesome. It's like, you can actually taste orange when you're doing it. I don't know, I'm a big fan of this. And it's also like a fidget spinner, which I have a slight addiction to at the moment, so I'm fuming all day. Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success story. For a limited time, use my code Osbournes to get a free gift with your journey pack. Head to tryfume.com, that's tryfum.com, and use the code Osbournes at the checkout.
How can I put a fake banana in a real skin?
That's what I don't get, and I couldn't. And I kept saying, I was like,
maybe they inject something into it, makes it go.
Did they show it you?
I have not seen it.
Oh, okay, because I was wondering if somebody was just doing it to take the piss.
Yeah, so I guess, I'll update that as it goes. Has anyone been watching this new kind of mini docuseries on, I think it's Netflix? It's The Dancing Cult.
No.
I know about it, though.
It is so wild and weird and like...
What type of dancing?
Okay, so there...
Tabletop dancing, Mum.
No, so there was this...
No, it's
there was
TikTok
these
dancing.
Oh.
kind of right around COVID, all these TikTok and YouTubers went incredibly viral because they were doing these like fun dances and making these fun videos, and like Ellen had them on and they were getting like millions of subscribers, and it kind of blew up online with these young kind of cool, fun, hip, kids. And it turns out that they were all a member of this church, which is out in Sylmar here, and it was kind of like a cult. And the pastor was like this really very controlling, creepy, being really...
God says you must touch my willy kind of man.
Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah, if you
another one.
Yeah, if you want to go to heaven, give me a massage and, Robbie. And he became their manager, but then all the money they were making,
he kept.
He was like, oh, well, you've got to tithe, and then you've got to give you got to give me all this, and these kids would end up with nothing. Well, the most famous kind of female dancer in this crew stopped communicating with her family. So her family started posting stuff online, being like, where are you? What's going on? And it kind of blew open this world where, and the main dancer is this girl named Miranda.
Can I ask, what religion are they?
Christian,
but it's kind of doomsday. I wouldn't say it's full doomsday Christianity, but it's more like, well, everyone's going to hell unless you do what I say.
This silly dancing.
I think that plays a role in it.
Okay.
Dancing,
and rubbing his willy.
Yes, you got to give him, happy ending massages, and you have to dance, or you're not going to heaven. So none of us are going to heaven.
I've definitely got a VIP pass for somewhere else, but go on.
Don't lie. That's not true.
And
coincidentally, our very own Amy Miller from Basement Tapes.
Yes.
She's featured in the documentary for a second because she was talking about it on a podcast a few years ago.
Oh, and then they just
took a clip of it and put it in the doc.
Oh,
I was watching. I was
Amy, what are you doing?
Yeah. But yeah, it's really, really odd. And the guy who had the church, God, what was the name of the church? It was called. It had like a weird name, like Shani.
And he's no longer head of the church?
He is
choreographer to the dance group?
He is the head pastor still, even though that there's like active investigations going on into Shekinah, that's it. Yeah, it's in it's North Valley. So like if you keep going through the valley to the other side, it's kind of Pacoima, Silmar.
It's just an excuse for another one of these pastors to control people and get what he wants.
Yeah.
But they've just added in some dancing.
Yes, so it's like his shtick.
Yeah.
it's an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
San Fernando.
And we don't know how old he is?
No, he's older. He's like an older dude. And it was all these young... and he somehow has like got in this convinced this whole community to like join his church, and they're all very secretive and they won't come forward, they won't speak to their families, and the reason why they're saying it's
is
a cult.
this like next level Nexium shit?
I think there is a bit of that. I do. Like when you watch it, they had a few people that escaped the church that were on there.
Can I ask, what sort of music do they dance to?
Do you want to put on one of the videos?
What genre is it?
The Lord says you must lick the right ball twice and the left ball once.
Miranda.
And flick it.
And they have like this, the motion, the cameras move with the, I don't know, it's just some fucking thing. Yeah, it's for little kids that are on TikTok. They're just like, that's a cool dance. So
are they being investigated right now?
Numerous women came to the LAPD. LAPD were like, we need more. Typical LAPD.
Yeah.
And apparently there's nothing happening. So the family has taken him to like civil suit, and also his victims have filed like civil suits against him, but he's just going to drag it out.
Yeah.
He's got church money.
What's his name?
Robert Shin.
Do you know, I was watching this thing last night about the big seed in an avocado.
Yeah.
If you chop it up and put alcohol on it and leave it for a couple of days, they say that it's a natural, if you put it on your body and your body hurts somewhere, your neck or something.
What are you talking about?
Avocado pip.
Yeah. No, that's like all the nutrients in an avocado is essentially in its pip.
Yeah, they say that if you chop it up, put alcohol on it, let it sit for a couple of days, and then you've got body pain, you rub it on, it gets rid.
I have friends that when they make smoothies and they put avocado in,
they eat the pip.
They throw it in with the pip and just like...
Wait, will the blender chop up the pip?
Like if you have like one of the, really good ones.
You have to peel it first.
Yeah, you got to take the skin off, but yeah. Did you guys see what 50 Cent said about Donald Trump?
I knew that Chelsea, his ex-girlfriend, was upset with him about it, but I didn't actually see what he said.
I'm also like, can we have a
What did you do?
timeout for a second? Because I completely did not know that Chelsea
Chelsea-
Handler and 50 Cent were ever a
the
thing.
late night people have been having a field day with this Donald Trump trial.
Well, yeah, you know why? It's because the only way people, like, their ratings go up is when he's in the press.
I mean, farting in court, falling asleep. But, Piers Morgan made a interesting comment the other day, Jack.
Go on. What did he say?
He he says, how come Donald Trump got to go to court and for paying
Sexual, yeah.
and Bill Clinton never?
Well, there was actually, to that point, I did hear an interesting perspective. So one of his felonies was using campaign finances to pay off and suppress a story from getting into the media.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Doesn't that sound oddly familiar to Hunter Biden laptop? Same thing. They obviously there's probably more. I think there's more of a paper trail with.
But he's in court right now, Hunter Biden.
Yeah, that's not.
This guy interesting about Bill Clinton.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But it's always what's good. It's good for the goose, good for the gander.
But now if I can do it, they'll do it.
Yeah. But I don't. To be honest with you, I don't understand 50 Cent's tweet.
What does it say?
It says, okay.
Shake my head.
Shaking my head. Don't worry. The world's almost over. So just enjoy the moment and be happy. Gun it, brands. And then he posted a thing about breaking Trump campaign has received over 200 million in total donations since his guilty verdict in New York. He was being sarcastic about it then.
That's what I thought.
Oh, she took it that he wasn't. She took it that he was
A
endorsing
president
him.
Yeah.
can push the button without anybody else. Yeah.
What do you mean, like the nuke button?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, I heard recently that is not the case.
On what I've been watching on YouTube.
That they.
He can walk everywhere he goes. He's got the football, and he can just go without anybody.
See, that just feels so
I
wrong.
would feel that the generals would have
Well,
to
that's what I heard is that, yes, he has to approve it, but it has to be approved by generals before he approves it.
Yeah.
No.
I would have thought that would have been the case. But
what I've been watching, you can just go push that button.
See, that feels totally fucked to me. The fact that, okay,
one guy
UK
can dictate the future.
Well, we call it three. You've got China, Russia, America could completely destroy planet Earth, and three fucking assholes can do it.
Yeah.
Like, that to me is just backwards. But anyway, I didn't quite understand.
Do you know how long it
I
would
don't
take?
understand it.
Do you know how long it would take?
What?
Please, ICBM, 7 minutes.
Well, and now America just launched, they tested a new ICBM, a hypersonic ICBM, and it can get to Russia within it's like half the time.
From where?
From, it just said America to Russia,
Okay. Oh, probably from
the north, like Canada, Alaska.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, do you guys want some more uplifting, hopeful news?
Yes, please.
This is my favorite news story that we're going to be talking about. Have you guys heard about the jumping venomous spiders that are expected?
Oh my God, I'm so...
I have, and
Jumper.
they are disgusting.
Where are they?
They're yellow and black, and they
Brown.
got these
Jumping
huge, long
venomous
legs.
spiders from where?
The legs are 4 inches long,
They're called Joro spiders.
and they jump.
Okay, giant parachuting Joro spiders, known for their jumping ability and venom, are expected to invade New York and New Jersey this summer.
But where are you from?
I think it's from China.
Oh, fuck it hell.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Fuck it hell.
I
And they can
shit.
apparently be carried in the
He's going
wind
in his
for like
fucking
miles.
Look how huge they are.
If I saw one of them, I'd fucking backtrack so quickly.
Fire. That's the only. You know what? Let's just drop a nuke. I'm
Now-
sorry. Oh hell no! What would you do? What would you do if you saw one of those just flying through your backyard?
I'd
The
fucking kill it real quick.
Fire. Flamethrower.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver
Hairspray.
style aliens. Well, do you remember during COVID, it was like the murder hornets that turned up? Mm-hmm. Like as if
I
things
don't
weren't...
remember that.
There was these type
In
of
Vegas.
hornets. Yeah. And they're like the size of like a thumb. Oh, this is interesting. This is actually, I think, very fascinating. Tokyo City Hall is developing a dating app to encourage marriage and childbirth. Tokyo City Hall is developing a dating app aimed to encourage childbirth to address the declining birth rate in Japan. Marriage is on the decline in Japan as the country's birth rate fell to an all-time low in 20...
But that's fine and everything, but how does an app encourage you to have a baby?
Well, they're trying to get
They're
you
like,
all
have
on
a
a
baby
dating
and
app.
then you win this prize.
Maybe.
Is abortion illegal in Japan?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
So in 2022, there were 504,000 marriages. In 2023, there was 474,000 marriages. So it's a huge drop.
I know, it's acceptable behaviour. A wife and a mistress.
In Japan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's like culturally, it's like that's the vibe there. But it's not just a Japanese phenomenon. Like most of the Western world are having less children, and people are not getting married as much as they used to. Like the population in America apparently is this like, I think I've read something. It's like the first time ever that
It's
dropping. It's dropping.
so the government is making a dating app.
Yes. Do you know in Iceland, there's a dating app because there's so few people that if you meet someone and you're interested in them, you have to look them up in the dating app to see if they're related to you because there's so few people.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Oh, that's crazy.
That actually the very first
That's
country to
frightening.
develop a dating app, at least what I heard,
to stop incest.
to help mitigate incest. Because there's only like 800,000 people in the whole country.
It's nuts.
Scary.
Or I think maybe even less.
I don't know what I think about
A
the
government
government doing a dating app.
I mean, I met my wife on a dating app. Like, I think they can be great.
Sure they can, yeah. But they can also be very scary too.
Oh yeah. No, now that you're saying that, now you're getting into like some eugenics shit. Like is it eugenics?
The local killer.
Yeah, or like, well, you look what like the Germans try to do with like breeding, like, oh, we're gonna have like the master race. Yeah, governments probably shouldn't tell you who you should shouldn't tell you who you should or shouldn't procreate with. Mm-mm. But one of the leading reasons in decrease in marriage and childbirth is porn. Because guys have less incentive now to go and get a girlfriend, to go and like engage with a woman, because they're just all, internet porn, VR porn, all that shit now.
I mean, you can go in Japan, you can get from a vending machine a young girl's pair of used pants. You can go to a vending machine that's open 24 hours and get alcohol. It's all like...
It turns off at a certain... The alcohol one turns off.
I didn't think it
No,
did.
No, they do.
Yeah, at like midnight they shut off.
It's got a shut down.
I thought that was
clock.
the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life when I was a kid.
Alcohol in a vending
I was
machine.
like, wait, I can just walk out of the hotel and put like 250 yen in this machine and get a cold beer.
Or some sake.
Yeah.
Coffee with milk.
Oh, the boss coffee.
Was good.
Holy Dad and I, when we went to Japan for World Detour,
Great.
we fucking hammered those things.
Are they really sugary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there were you could get a really sugary
They're
one.
made perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I always
Who
said
started yawning? Because we're all swapping it between us now.
I'm trying to resist it.
Resist
yawn.
it. No, because it's
I'm
going to make me
tired
go.
because for 2 days I've had to get up so early to go to the bloody dentist. So I'm like,
But what's so early? 9?
no.
I should have gone to sleep
7?
till 4.
How come you're not going to sleep?
Because I stay up watching the news and also rustling on my phone.
On TikTok? Mm-hmm. Can I ask to do something right now? You can say no.
Go on.
Can I see what your daily TikTok usage?
Yeah.
Can you hand me your phone and unlock it?
Sure. Go on.
We're going to find out once and for all if China has taken over our mother. Actually, your screen time isn't terrible.
Go on.
Yeah, but you're on the iPad too.
Actually, no, I lie. But it did say at the start of it, it said your average was
3 hours a day.
your weekly average. You're actually down from last week. Your daily average, is 6 hours and 42 minutes. This week, though, I think you're coming in a little hot because yesterday you did 9 hours on your phone, and of that 9 hours, 7 hours and 6 minutes were on social media.
Oh wow, Mom.
That's the day on Wednesday it was 5 hours on social media.
I was watching the ceremony.
The ceremony?
Yeah, that was going on in France.
So your TikTok use yesterday, just TikTok, was 4 hours and 49 minutes, and your text messaging was 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Not bad.
I mean, the texting you can justify, you're talking to people.
Yeah.
But Mom, if you were one of my girls right now, I would be having a very serious conversation with you about
I'm sorry.
5 hours on TikTok.
I like watching all the current stuff, and then there's a couple of characters that I'm crazy about.
What do you mean, like famous TikTok people?
Yeah.
Like
Becky
who?
Joe.
Who's Becky Joe? What does Becky Joe do?
I'll show you. She sent a video for Mom.
Love him. He is the best.
Who?
This person on TikTok that I follow, and I'm obsessed with him.
Who is he?
He dresses up as this girl called Becky,
Mom.
and he is just hysterical. The shit that he comes out with.
Sharon Osbournes, shut up. Do you mean she doesn't know who I am? Yes, she does. She's fucking obsessed with me. So shut up. Sarah, Shaza, so I'm not going to tell you who, because I'm not a shit stirrer, Keller. But somebody told me that you're obsessed with me and you like watching my videos. So yeah, I'm just here to say to you, hello.
So that's what you follow?
Well, one of the things I follow, but he
we
really
also
makes
found
me laugh.
Bugsy because of Mum's TikToking.
We did. Mm-hmm. So we're justifying it now because we found a
Absolutely.
dog.
And I like to laugh, so I find people that I think are funny.
I think that's awesome, and I support it. But I think there should be a
limit to your TikTok.
I think we should.
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot.
I know.
You don't want to, it takes a lot of brain bandwidth, and it's like a dopamine spike because you're like, what next? What next? What next?
Yeah.
I fall into it.
See, I'm old. I watch Instagram Reels.
I watch YouTube Shorts. Like that's I don't.
Oh, you and Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go in and see. We should go in and see how much time.
Dad's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Leave Dad alone.
I think YouTube's different because it's long form, and like when Dad watches it, he's watching like longer video. He watches a whole documentary, and so it's a different.
They have some great documentaries on YouTube.
They do, and I was having this conversation the other day how I honestly think the TV industry slept on the growth of YouTube during COVID. TV just kind of was operating at TV speed.
TV, I cannot stand them fucking ads.
Yeah, and it's
like every 2 minutes is a fucking ad for the same
But
ad.
it's always for medication.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is medication that they advertise.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too much.
You know what I thought was interesting, if you think about, whenever you see a commercial for like, oh, I take blah, blah, blah for my fucking, hair loss or whatever. Anytime there's they run through the side effects, like, oh, may cause
death,
bleeding of the eyes, and you might go deaf, and you might die.
And
it's like,
in rare cases, death.
yeah. Why, when they had commercials for the vaccine, didn't they say anything about any side effects?
Yes,
and they were like, get the Pfizer if they can do
Because
it.
they hadn't tested it for long enough to know what they were.
Well,
It
now
was
they
just
fucking do.
shoved at everybody.
Yeah, this is going to be such a fucking wild year.
All right, the one thing I want to discuss is the debate that's coming up.
The debate? What? Is there?
are they both gonna do it?
They're both going to do
Oh,
it.
fuck yeah.
And CNN, two people from CNN are hosting it. It's going to be
Donald Trump wants
clusterfuck.
to be drug tested for drugs.
Yeah, he's like, he wants Joe Biden tested for drugs, and he wants him to do it standing up.
What does that mean?
Meaning that he's so old he can't stand up for an hour.
Yeah, but Donald Trump's old too.
If Donald Trump gets in, he's going to be as old as Biden is now by
Yeah.
the time he's
Yeah.
finished. So it's like, when you're old, what's the difference 4 years when you're already there?
Yeah.
So it's like, what?
For old Joe Biden, he sounds old. Man.
He's that guy. Listen, I think they should have let him retire. Like, who wants to spend?
There's someone said to me the other day, who else is there?
There's plenty of people, but the establishment is so fucking corrupt. So corrupt. They just want to have their lackey in charge.
But it's not just here.
No.
It's everywhere.
God, yeah.
Everywhere. They are all corrupt. All politicians around the world totally corrupt.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a particularly interesting election as it relates to media, because so much of media now is decentralized, and it's way even more so than the
gloves
last.
are off now.
Yeah.
The thing I don't get is, why would you alienate so many people like Trump talking about the military? People who get caught, they're the losers. You're a loser.
But but here's the thing: that didn't do any. That was the last election that he
I know,
won, and
I know.
no one gave a shit. Everyone was like,
but I can't believe it when you're picking on war heroes and people who are serving right now.
Yeah.
It's like, how dare you do that?
Who did that?
Trump.
Trump said that he was talking about John McCain.
But he was saying it en masse too.
Yeah, like if you're a POW, you're a loser because like you got captured.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
How
but
dare you?
he
He's
was
never served a
saying-
day in his life. He wasn't even a Boy Scout.
But the flip to that is though, okay, sure, but we talk military stuff. You look what Obama did with the trade for. Remember the guy who'd been taken captive?
Yes.
When they traded like 7.
North Korea.
No. It was
Oh,
the
not the guy.
Taliban took that American soldier, and then America traded like 9 or 7 really high-profile terrorists for this one soldier who willingly was like, I want to go join the Taliban.
He went cray-cray.
Yeah. And you look at that, you're like, well, and those guys that he released ended up getting back into the game, you know? I think it's all just insanity at this point, and I'm just here to watch the chaos.
Well, there's no rules. It's just, you could say anything about anybody now.
Yeah.
Well,
Integrity is gone.
Oh, please. That's years ago. But the thing is, now with everybody, if you don't agree with their politics, they cut you off.
Yes.
It's like it ends friendships.
Yes.
It ends all kind of relationships, business relationships, socially, everything.
One
and it's
side-
like,
China must be going, we ain't got to use it anyway. They're going to do that. They'll kill him themselves.
And they're doing it with TikTok. If you show
the
TikTok
propaganda that gets put on TikTok, you would not believe.
in China, Dad, TikTok is used as an educational tool. They show you how to like make things, how to do math, how to do all this stuff. And there's a limitation on like kids are only allowed to use it for a certain time. You have to be a certain age. Here, it's all like chaos.
Dancing and
Dumb things.
Oh no,
like,
but now they do. There's a lot of women
Well,
that
why
go
are they
that do
allowing it? If
dancing,
it's done by
say, in a
China,
bikini.
why are they allowing it?
so they just passed this law in Congress and they called it the TikTok ban. But actually, it was a fucking lie. What they did was, in this law, they baked in that the government now has the ability to censor social media. Interesting timing, right? Couple months before the election, and there's a new law saying that they can do that.
But nobody monitors the propaganda, the lies that come out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a site where they do the celebrities who died this week, and they just make it up.
Oh, yeah,
I've done
and
twice.
me.
Yeah.
And me. It's like everybody you can think of has died.
What's it like dying and coming back?
Great. It was a great experience. Yeah, we liked
It
it.
was just like nothing.
But it's like, but even politically, the lies that come out, I mean, everything, and they just allow it. And now girls who are like, soft porn girls, now say, oh, if you want to see more of me, this is how you can reach me, and they advertise the porn sites. See, that shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
They all tag me in those advertisements and put them.
What?
Yeah, look, if you looked at my social media,
You're tagged with a bunch of like internet.
And I
thoughts.
spend all day like deleting them because they're so gross. But look, do you see?
Yeah.
What's that guy?
Big old asses.
What?
Fucking
Pictures of
gross.
big old arseholes.
But to your point, I think a lot of these. I think a lot of America's or the West's enemy have just weaponized freedom against us. The fact that we have freedom of press, the fact that we have freedom of speech, they've just sat back and gone, just let them fucking talk themselves to death and say bullshit to each other till it all comes apart.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's so much propaganda that you cannot get through all the propaganda to find the actual truth.
The number one fucking contributors to it, mainstream media. You've got CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, BBC, all propaganda.
I am so disgusted with the BBC News for what they are doing because they have joined it. They're as bad as everybody else, and it's just outrageous.
I know you've been a diehard BBC News fan from the gate, like you've always been.
My whole life.
I've never trusted it because it's state-run news. Why is that any different from Russian state-run news?
No, but the thing was, I always trusted the journalists that were on the scene because they never were allowed to be personalities. They were never famous. And now they're all become famous. They're now personalities, and they're now allowed to give their own opinion, which is not right. Because journalists, when you're on a scene, shouldn't give your own opinion. Just give the facts and fuck off.
Yeah.
That's all.
But
now they don't. They put their personal, thing in it. And it's like, I don't care what you think. I just want the facts.
I've been completely off the news since December. I don't go on a website. I don't follow any. I
watch local news. I don't watch.
One thing I like about the YouTube, you can put it on it, and if it's boring, you just turn it off.
Yeah, and you can find exactly what, I want to watch a documentary about fish. Great, there's 10 million documentaries about fish. Or I think it's genius. And as I was saying earlier, like, don't you think TV, especially non-scripted, just have slept on it? And they couldn't keep up with it.
I very rarely watch TV now. Yeah. Very rarely.
I don't have cable. So Adam Mercy 3588 said, a really good topic. The U.S. DOJ, Department of Justice, is suing Live Nation and Ticketmaster for antitrust practices, illegal monopolizing, fixing ticket prices, etc. And it's about time LN and TM, Live Nation and Ticketmaster, finally being punished for the way they have been ripping off labels, artists, bands, and consumers. But don't the artists have a say in ticket prices?
Absolutely, artists do have a say in ticket pricing, 100%. But saying that, especially in Europe, where it's so terribly expensive to tour, fuel, the costs of your trucks, the lights and sound, everything has gone up. And so they're raising the ticket prices, and then one artist will see that the other artist is $10,000 for VIP seats, and then you've got, the extra for a meet and greet or special parking, and it's just run away with itself. It's now at a level that is ridiculous after you pay Ticketmaster and everything on top. And it's like, you look at the prices out there and you go, this has got to implode. It can't go on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's at a ridiculous level, but everything else has gone up. The costs of, your lights and sound, especially the trucking.
But what are some of the what is some of the illegal monopolizing and fixing ticket what is the illegal monopolizing from Ticketmaster? Is it just because they're the only one that exists?
Yeah, basically. And the thing is, though, it's like everybody wants their share. Ticketmaster, Live Nation, the artists, it goes on and on and on. And then you've got the parking fees, which are extortionate on top. And, you can't take a drink in, you can't take food into a show. And, what if somebody is allergic to everything and they have to bring in a snack with them? It's like you can't...
Well, do they search people when they're going in?
Sometimes, depending on the venue, yes. Depending on the artist, yes.
But you can't even
if you were going to see Henry Mancini's music at the Hollywood Bowl, they wouldn't search you. But if it's certain artists, yes, you will be. And you have to put your bags through the scanners.
Wasn't there a big... People kind of came after Billie Eilish recently because she released her prices for her tickets, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, they were crazy expensive. And everyone's like, well, what is this?
Yeah, but then look at people that were paying 25 grand, 30 grand for a
Taylor
Swift ticket.
Fucking hell, 30 grand.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, because people were buying them online and then pre-selling them. You get these companies that are built to buy all the best seats instantly. As soon as they go up, they're there buying all the best seats, and then they'll go around and sell them on the internet because they've got front row seats.
But isn't there some artists...
You can only buy 2 or 4 at the most.
But don't some artists themselves do that, where they'll be like, fuck it, we're going to buy the front row seats and then we'll scalp them ourselves?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Used to. I don't know now.
Okay.
Used to. Many years ago, but yeah, I don't know.
What was the highest price you ever charged for a dad show?
We never charged high ticket prices, ever.
Well, I remember Ozfest one year was free.
Yeah, and they were going, there's got to be a scam somewhere. And I'm like, even when you give them away free, people think that there's another scam coming down. We did it free. And it was like the worst attended Ozfest.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Even if you gave it... Wow, that's wild. Huh. All right. New York Times article comparing the stardom of Taylor Swift with the Beatles. Please put this baby to rest as only Sharon Osbourne can.
Okay, the only way you can put this to rest is time. Because if she stands the test of time, then there is nothing to put to rest. Right now, she is as big as the Beatles were at their height. She absolutely is. But theirs lasted from decade to decade to decade. So let's see what happens with Taylor. And that is only down to the fans.
Yeah, and
nobody can predict.
You look at, from what the Beatles did, inspired you to do what you did, which pioneered a new genre. So is Taylor Swift going to have an effect on a younger generation to pioneer a new genre?
Well, will Taylor Swift's music stand the test of time for the next 20 years? The Beatles have been huge for 50, 60 years. Yeah. So that is only a time thing.
Have you ever seen how many times Taylor Swift makes references to being in cars in her songs?
No.
It's like hundreds. Whoa. She always sings about being in cars, and there's like this whole thing about why does she do that?
Oh, that's
I
nice.
just want to thank Ozzy and Billy for my autograph from the Madhouse Chronicles. That's from Persia Scott, from Gigi Lombard. I've always desperately wanted to know why English UK women have the best dress / fashion sense in Europe and how they manage to maintain their lifestyle. Kelly always has the best fashion. Oh, what a...
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know. It's just a different way of putting yourself together, I think.
I think it's to do with, as weird as this sounds, like in England, like there's that concept of high street fashion.
Yeah, and also you dress for the occasion that you're going to, and there's a sense of pride in it. And I think that has gone out the window because people would rather just be in sweatpants and hoodies and...
Yeah.
Comfort clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never go out in sweatpants, ever. I think it's really, I don't know. I just don't do it.
Oh.
I never go.
I never have.
I never go out of the house. Like
I'm guilty.
unless I'm like taking, maybe occasionally if I'm taking the kids to school, but I'd never wear sweatpants outside.
Do you remember I used to take you guys to school in my dressing gown?
Yeah. I mean, you won't
And
get
Jack
out of this.
said, why don't you just put some lipstick on, Mum, like the other mums? And I'm like, shut up, Jack.
Smack. Hey, Osbournes. It's been in my head lately about King Charles' self-portrait. There is certainly an image plastered into the canvas of him, but why
Was the color red?
Why is the color red? What's
I think because red is a very powerful color. With different cultures, the color red is always a sign of power.
What do you mean red?
Red.
Look at the
He
portrait.
He has a portrait that's
This-
just been done.
the official portrait going in like the National Gallery, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I think so. It's
I think it's
very
cool.
That's
modern.
fucking great.
And
Larry.
the royal color is also
That's
red.
really fucking cool.
But I think it's very
I
modern.
think it's fucking
very,
amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
8
And-
feet.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, you saw when he was revealing it, he stood by it and it was like up here.
That's amazing. It's so modern.
It's not as cool though as the portrait you have of you and Rocky.
No, that's amazing. The artist is brilliant.
What if they did this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, very good. And yet, red is the royal color, the
Kind of
official
trippy.
royal
Kind of
one.
modern.
Yeah, it is kind of trippy. Like it's not what I would expect for like a
No,
I
because
like
you
the
would have
butterflies.
thought it would have been the traditional
Yeah, like-
portrait that
is
they've done
so
of
on
the
the
royals.
horse, in
Exactly.
the gardens.
Yeah.
If I were to be king though, I would be like suit of armor on a horse jousting.
Yes. Why not?
That's pretty
It
cool.
wasn't mind you was that Australian guy.
No. Oh my God. No.
What do you know the story about Winston Churchill's portrait?
Oh.
So Winston Churchill had a portrait done and he fucking hated it and felt insulted by it and had it like thrown away and it was like lost forever. And then someone found it and it got sold. But it was like this really weird painting of him.
And he hated it.
Yeah, can you pull it up, Cam? There it is.
Oh, he must have just personally didn't like it, so he aimed it out the door.
It's kind of a shit painting.
He
if I'm
looks like
being
a
honest.
potato.
It's not very good, is it?
No,
It's
You know what it
it's out of
it's like fuzzy.
it's not. It's all
Out
out
of
of whack.
focus.
Do you know what's one of the hardest things for any painter to
Hands.
do? Hands of a portrait.
Well-
Can we talk about D-Day quickly?
D-Day, sure. Fire up.
80 years
Yeah.
since 4,500 Americans got killed,
9,000
9,000 Germans, and then we forget all the other countries that were involved.
Canada, England,
France,
France, yeah.
so many
My
countries.
friends did they did a parachute jump into D-Day.
They did.
Yeah, with a bunch of with all the
amazing.
old traditional gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of veteran friends of mine.
That's great.
Um,
And did you see King Charles was talking to the oldest veteran that's still alive is 104.
Holy shit.
American, and he's there for the
Wow.
celebration at 104. Many, well, they're all over 100.
He sang.
He sounded amazing,
to
Jack.
hear. Okay, the remembrance of
I
D-Day is
must
80
say,
years
I was
old.
fucking blown away.
Tom
Tom
Jones.
Jones is 84, and you have to hear his voice. It's incredible.
Let's hear it. Let's hear. Does he sing "What's New
It
Pussycat"?
was,
No, stop. It's a war song.
Wow.
Isn't it
That's
incredible?
really cool. It's funny if you have you ever. I think
Oh, look, he's crying.
when you look at the photos of like guys in the
Mm-hmm.
landing crafts and you actually pay attention to how young.
Do you know how many
18.
16-year-olds there were that lied about their age in
Yeah.
the UK
Because
to go and fight?
They all thought it was going to be an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
I mean, that Saving Private Ryan, that opening shot thing, is so well done.
The,
The one before the longest day was fucking just joke.
but Tom Hanks was there.
Mm-hmm.
King Charles, the Queen, Princess Anne, Prince William. Everybody turned
Yeah.
up for this. It was spectacular, but
Pretty cool.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So many young boys never got back home.
I mean, it was ridiculous. 16 and 17-year-old.
How many Germans got killed?
9,000 that day.
But
how-
but the whole invasion till it was, I should say, like the Battle of Normandy. It was way more than that. 'Cause it
Oh
went on
yeah,
for days and
I
days.
just don't have the figures for
That was
everybody
just the
else.
first day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The
how
first day,
many-
4,500 Americans. I don't know the British, and the Germans was 9,000.
I wouldn't have thought it would be.
But a lot of the Germans that were killed were not actually Germans. They were from
Like
Poland.
Poland
They were
and-
from other countries that Germany had invaded.
Yeah, and they got them to fight. Sure.
Yeah, because most of the actual German soldiers were fighting in the Eastern Front then.
Yeah. What was the other hill that they were trying to get against the Japanese and all the Americans?
Japanese.
You're talking about
The hill.
it's they made the movie out of
Yes.
it. Iwo Jima.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a nightmare too.
terrible. Yeah,
I wonder how many Americans died in World War II.
I think it's 400,000.
Russia lost 27 million.
Yeah, I think it's in,
I think in Europe there are 300.
Have you ever read the Italian book on war heroes?
It's very thin.
Because there isn't one.
Thinnest book in the world.
Yeah, doesn't exist.
well.
Okay.
And on that note, well, but do you know about you can actually the joke about if you ever see a French gun for sale. If you ever see a French gun for sale, it'll always say "never fired, dropped once."
I don't get
Okay.
it.
Oh,
Because the French during the start of World War II, they weren't very good at fighting the Germans, and
the
they all just
Germans
surrendered.
took over France for 4 years,
And so they all just
So they're all
surrendered.
stone, all Germans are,
and the
On meth.
Italians were kind of the same.
they never
Oh.
slept.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it?
Well, on that note,
Okay.
it's time for us to go to bed.
Yeah.
All right.
Mwah.
Signing off. Thanks,
Bye
everyone.
guys, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Discover more shows and exclusive series at osbournemediahouse.com.